Hello everyone, welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. It's Tracy Steen. Are you ready to get your functional fitness on? Me too. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna target the total body. And in my brain, I'm thinking, what are functional movement patterns? What are things that I need to do every day and that I wanna maintain my strength at? And those are the exercises that we're going to use to ensure that we do that. All right, so the format will be 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds in between. We'll hit everything 3 times. Normally I only do 2. I'm gonna do it 3 times because that first round might be a bit of a practice round, right? And then we're gonna get into it and try and progress a little bit more with our weight amount. You're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout today, and here are the ones I might suggest a beginner use, but please lift within your abilities. You can even do these exercises without weight if you're brand new to fitness. All right, we'll start you with a warm up. We'll end with a cool down. Ready to move daily? Let's do it. If you have an Apple Watch on, you've got a functional strength training button on your watch there. Hit that. Let's start with a warm up. We're gonna hinge at the waist, flex the foot, and kick back right here. We got 15 per leg. All right, we'll warm everything up and then jump into these circuits. So again, a great way, push exercises, pull exercises, core exercises, switch legs here. Lots to help you improve your functional fitness and stay strong as you age. That's the name of the game. That's the name. 5 more on this side. Very good. Okay, let's go into some hip cars. Up and around. Sorry, I should face this way. Up and around, nice and slow and controlled. Hold on to something for balance. Maybe a wall, chair, or couch. Just slowly, we're just bringing that leg into a big circle. You've got 1 more on this side. And switch. Up and around. Good. Two more here. Okay, let's go into some arm circles. Include the tap if you can. Switch direction. Let's do some heel dig right here. Push forward. Draw your elbows back to stretch into the pecs a bit. High knee here. We're just increasing blood flow a little bit. Butt kicks here with a punch. Stay wide. All right, little side to side lunge, reach your hips back. And if you can, draw that shoulder toward the opposite knee. Two more here. And let's stay wide and hand to toe tap. If you can't touch your toe, touch your knee or your shin. You're alternating. Very good. Let's add some front kicks here. If you can't touch your toe, low right here. And finishing with our torso turn here, pivot on your foot. Okay, great. Take a look at the screen. There's the first circuit, and here we go. Our whole first circuit's gonna be down on the ground, so make your way down there. We're gonna start just with a downward dog, so popping up those hips We're gonna walk those feet. All right, get ready, here we go. All right, so just walking those heels up and down here, that's it. I will add on to this, but this is gonna be the version that is the easiest here. All right, so just getting those Achilles heel and your calves ready for this workout here today. Try to reach those heels down toward the ground. That's it, doing well. A few more seconds here. And make your way to a seated position. We're gonna go into a glute bridge. You could do this from your back with hips up here. That's the easiest. I'm gonna come here, we're gonna come up to tabletop. All right, let's work. So push the hips up, slight pause at the top and drop. Good, up and drop. So you might need to walk your arms back or forward, whatever feels good for those shoulders. I will progress this one as well. Give those glutes a bit of a squeeze at the top right here. Good. I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And let's flip it over for our bird dog. And this is gonna be the easiest version here as well. Opposite hand and foot are going to extend out, and then we're gonna switch, pretend like you have a glass of water on your back. Here we go, so press out and switching sides, push, push. Good, so you're really focused on not letting that torso twist and reaching opposite hand and leg. Okay, shake those wrists out a bit. We'll go back to our down dog. This time you can do the same as we did it initially, or you can reach your leg up and draw the knee in. All right, up into pike. Here we go. Leg comes up, draw the knee in. Same side, I will call half and then we'll switch. Good. So either this or you're palpitating the feet again. Either works. And switch your leg here. Reach up, draw the knee in. Good. Okay, back to your tabletop. If you want, you can make this more challenging by elevating one foot. So this leg goes here and we're up to tabletop. Get ready, here we go, and we push. Little pause at the top. Otherwise, you're both feet on the ground and that's totally fine. I'll call half on this one. Last one on this leg. Then switch and press up, squeezing glutes at the top. And let's go back into our bird dog. You could elevate this up into a hover position and extend opposite hand and leg. I'll stay on the knees. Get ready. Back is flat, and we reach and switch. If you're advanced in doing this workout, you might want to add that hover, that's fine. Neck is neutral, looking at your hands and the ground. Don't look out in front of you. Very good. Let's go back to our down dog. One more round here. So again, you can simply palpitate the feet here or do the knee in like I'm going to do. Pike position, leg goes up, draw the knee in. Same side, I'll call half. And switching sides. And into that tabletop position. Feet on the ground. Okay, both together or one leg at a time, and I'll call half. Crossing here and push. Up to tabletop. Switch sides. And let's finish off with our bird dog. Okay, try to keep those hands directly in alignment under the shoulders, okay? They're not way out in front of you. They're right under their shoulders. Opposite hand, and we reach. Really think about there being a glass of water on your back. I've done this with a weighted plate on my back, just a light one with a trainer. It's very challenging not to rock the hips when you're extending your arm and leg out. Great practice for core, stability, all of that going on here. All right, we're moving to a push circuit next using push muscles. We're gonna start down on the ground, so grab your weights and join me. Push circuit. I've got my 10s and my 5s down here. We're gonna start with a chest press. We'll go wide and turn to face at the top, holding my 10s over the chest. Here we go. So we start wide and we turn and face. Wrists are locked in neutral and you're not bouncing your arms off the ground. All right. Just bring them to that hover position and squeeze your chest at the top. Push muscles are very functional. We're gonna have to push open doors, push carriages, push a shopping cart, right? So working those push muscles is very important. Very nice, and moving into our tricep extension where we're pushing. Again, I've got my 5s lying on the ground, palms will face each other, and we're just coming back at the elbow and pushing to the ceiling there. All right, so wrists are locked in neutral again. You're slow on the descent and pressing. I want a full range of motion here. We are going to go into a Z press next, which is a seated single side shoulder press. If you're not a fan of sitting while doing that press, do feel free to get up, stand, or sit on a chair. That's fine as well. Okay, come to seated. You've got a wide stance here. This is gonna help support the spine in the back. Neutral grip, so palm faces the ear, and we're pressing straight up and down. I've got a 5-pounder for this Z press. So we press, and I'll call half, we'll switch. All right, so you're just here. Again, really having to recruit the core to keep the back tall. So a little 2 for 1 in this exercise. Last one on this side. Switch your arm and push. Full range of motion again, so bring the arm down and push. And round 2, let's go back to our wide and narrow chest press. Sticking with 10s for me, but you definitely can go up each round if you want, okay? Over the chest and wide, turn and face. Good, and push. Into the tricep extension. Okay, 3s, 5s, 8s, 10s, somewhere in that range is probably good. Unless you're really strong in the tris, then maybe 12s or 15s. Here we go. Slow and press. I want you to control the down. So even if you've grabbed weights that are a bit lighter, if you really slow down the down phase, you'll keep more tension on the muscles for a longer time, which can also be really useful. If you don't have access to heavier weights, okay, slow, 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 and press, that's it. Okay, let's go into that Z press here for shoulders. Another really functional movement pattern is to be able to push something overhead, of course. Get your suitcase in the overhead bin. Here we go. I grabbed the 10 accidentally. Sorry. 5 is good, but 20 seconds here. We'll see how we do. Last one here, and switch your side. Stay tall in the torso. Normally we can lift something heavier over our head, right? Like a suitcase into the overhead bin. But now I'm asking you to do it 12 times each side, or around that anyway. So that's the overload on the muscle, and it makes a difference. Let's go for our 3rd round here. Back to the chest press. Okay, get your weights on your back, wide turn narrow, and work. Good.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side. It makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away.
And into the tricep extension. Back to 5s here for me. All right, slow on the down. Palms face each other, wrists are locked in neutral. And you're slow, 2, 3, and push. This should be challenging those muscles, so you want to pick a weight amount that by the third set, you're feeling like you don't have too many more left in the tank, right? So you don't have to bring it to failure, but you want to challenge yourself on that rate of perceived exertion. Anywhere between an 8 and 9 out of 10 is great. Bring your A game when you're training.
So let's make it count.
Very good. And let's go back to our Z press. Seated, super tall. And I'll call half on the arm. Push to the ceiling.
We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Yeah, we got the summer forever.
Last one here. Switch arms. We will get into a pull circuit as well, but next is legs coming up. So get ready for that. Pause if you need a longer break though. All right, very good. So moving into legs now, take a look at the screen, grab the weight amounts, and as I said, if you need to rest longer, feel free to do that. Otherwise, join me back. We'll start with a squat. Now, if you can't squat and you'd rather do a sit stand, like a sit squat, that's totally fine. You can use a bench or a chair. Otherwise, round one without weights, feet shoulder width apart. And let's squat right here, nice and low. I want you to think of keeping those knees equal distance apart. Reach your hips back as if you're gonna sit down and then decide not to. Torso stays tall. Just keep your chin looking at me. That helps. And I want you to think of pushing the floor apart with your feet. Okay, that can really turn on the glutes and help activate them. Good. Of course, you can add weights to this, and I will in the subsequent rounds, but let's start here, and you can stay here if you need as well. Okay, into your deadlift. Go light or no weight at all. I'm gonna start with 10s. We're hinging at the waist. Knees are soft. You're gonna reach your hips back. Back is flat. And stand right here. All right, so you're slow. 2, 3, and stand. I want you to think that you're shutting the car door shut with your butt.
Exercise ring closed.
Okay, so reach, 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 and stand. Arms are long. Dumbbells stay close to your shins. And I always think of leading with my chest. So back is super flat. You kind of stick your butt out and your chest out so that your back stays flat. Good, and knees are soft. There's a lot going on, but it's a great functional pattern. All right, good. Let's take it to the ground for our glute thrust. Up and down is a great way to be functional as well. That's why I'm having you do this. Putting a 10-pound on my pelvis. Feet are close to the bottom. Squeeze your glutes at the top. All right, so you're up and squeeze, down. Up and squeeze, down. Feet are close to the bottom and shoulder width apart again, thinking like there's a piece of rebar in between your knees. So don't let them collapse. Have a good handle on your dumbbell there. And this is a very easy one to progress in. So you just keep upping the weight on the pelvis as long as you can get in and out of it safely. Okay, round 2. Let's go back up to our squat. We'll do a suitcase squat this time. I'm gonna hold these 10-pound dumbbells like I'm picking up my suitcase. Feet are shoulder width apart, shoulders back, stick your chest out. Now drop it low, pick up the suitcase. Right, we squat with our knees to pick up something from the ground. Right there. Again, you can do the sit squats on your chair if you wish. It's a bit easier on the knees. Let's go into our deadlift again. Another functional thing. I dropped something on the ground, I gotta pick it up. Can I keep my core engaged? Can I keep my back flat? Right? Think about those things here. Stick your chest out. And we hinge, 2, 3, stand. Slow, 2, 3. All right, reach your hips back, back. Shut the car door shut, and stand. Good. Okay, going into the glute thrust, I'm gonna go heavier. Maybe a 15-pound dumbbell on the pelvis this time. Feet are close to your bottom. And raise. Squeeze at the top and drop. Good. All right, round 3. Back to your suitcase squat. Did your suitcase get heavier? I think mine did. It's 12 pounds now. We'll see. Shoulders back, feet shoulder width apart. And we drop and drive. I'm gonna show you a side view here. So you can see my hips going back, my back staying tall. And into the deadlift. All right, this itch. Knees are soft. We're hinging at the waist. I'll stick with these 12s, but you can do this again without weight if you're not used to it. And we hinge, 2, 3, and stand. We engage the core before we descend. And we put our mind in our hamstrings and glutes. That's what's propelling the body back up. Not the lower back. That's not what we want to focus on here. Although it is part of the exercise, that's not where our mind is going to lie. Okay, and let's go into the glute thrust again. Grabbing the 15, feet close to the bottom and shoulder width apart. Up, squeeze at the top, drop. All right, very good. Now let's go to the pull muscles. Again, very functional for having to pull anything, pull out a heavy weed, pull out a tree, pull a cart. Take a look at the screen, and that's what's coming up next. We're gonna start with a one-arm row, and I want you to hinge forward onto something. So a bench, a chair, a rack, and we're gonna row right here. I'll call halfway. I'm gonna grab a 12-pound dumbbell, back is flat, neck is neutral, and here we go. So we pull. You're pulling between the chest and the hips, all right? And thinking of retracting that shoulder blade at the top. So pull, that's it. All right, switch arms and pull here. Excellent, let's go into a bicep curl. So maybe 5s, 8s, or 10s. I'll hold some 8-pound dumbbells. We're gonna do a narrow, wide curl. So out to the side and up to the front. Here we go, stick your chest out, knees are soft. Engaging the core and keep your elbows in close. Okay, set those down and we're gonna do a sit to stand or lying down to standing. I want you to be able to get up and down. If you don't have to use your hands, don't. If you do, then do. Lie on your back. All right, how are you gonna get up without hands? Can you do it? If you need to put your hands down, feel free, but I want you to explore some patterns where you're getting up and getting down, okay? There's lots of ways to do it again. All the way down to the ground. So if you have to use your hand, try using one hand. Can you do this? All the way up, and then let's go all the way down to the ground. Be careful. Both hands if you need, one hand if you can, no hands if you can. And again, lots of different ways. We'll keep exploring this, so stay with me. Good, okay. Round 2, let's go back to our row, single side row. Very functional, right? You gotta be able to do it. So can you, is the question. Hinge at the waist, I'll call half. I've got a 12, and we row. Let's go. One more here, and switch your arm. Super flat back, stick your chest out.
Summer's end, and you feel that this is your beginning. Will colors fade, but it's okay.
Okay, into your bicep curl. 5s, 8s, 10s. I think I'll try 10s this time. Elbows are in, wide, narrow curl. All right, soften your knees, core engaged. All the way up and down, so you want a full range of motion here.
catch the storm within your broken bones and be wild, 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 wild.
Back to your sit stand or lying down stand, with or without hands. Okay, I'm gonna show you a few different ways that you can get up this time as well. Here we go. So seated, you can do, of course, put one knee down, right? And back down. Sometimes people just do this one. Can I do it? I can do it with some momentum. Sometimes people cross their legs. Again, you gotta have some good hip flexibility if you do this one. I like this one. You go down on a knee first. Try alternating sides. All right, round 3. Are you getting it? Can you do it? Again, use your hands if you need to. It's totally fine. But it's a great exercise to keep practicing. Here's your row. I've got my 12. Up. Last one on this arm, and switch. Back is flat. Okay, good. Into the bicep curl. Okay. I've got my 10s again. Palms face the ceiling, shoulders back, knees are soft. Let's curl all the way up. So full range of motion. Nice. One more sit to stand. All right. However you can do it, but do try to alternate your sides with or without your hands. Let's work this. Here we go. Very nice patterns here. I'm just changing my legs to make sure both sides can do it. Controlling my down. Almost there, folks. In 3, 2, 1 and done. You've moved daily in your functional workout. Nice work, everyone. That was great. Thanks for joining. Join for a stretch if you can. We also have our motion mastery program out, which teaches all of this in progressions. So make sure you check that out as well. It's in the description below. Let's stretch things out. Come on down to the ground. Nice work, folks. Sit up tall. We're going to hinge forward at the waist, just stretching that hamstring here a bit. Okay, so some great things to incorporate when you're thinking about functional training. Push muscles, pull muscles, leg muscles, core muscles, right? So we targeted all of those with some of the exercises here today. And I love it when I think, okay, what is this exercise doing? What's it good for? Is it a useless exercise? Or what's the function of it? Like, why would I do it? Why would I have to incorporate it? And when you can link those things together with functional movement patterns, let's cross this leg over here. Torso turn, sit up tall. Then you're like, okay, this makes sense now. I'm training for a specific reason. And again, this is all to do with that marginal decade, those last 10 years of life, and then reverse engineering all of the microprocesses and all of the days and years leading up to that last 10 years. That's going to make the biggest difference. Switch legs here. So what are you doing in your 50s, 60s, 70s in order to ensure that you've got capacity in your 80s, 90s, 100s, right? So this is the type of workout that you can definitely put on repeat in order to make sure that these movement patterns are available to you. Let's sit cross-legged, reach up and over, stretching that torso, roll that wrist a bit here. Anyway, this is definitely what I'm trying to do to stay strong in those movements so that I can be independent as I age. Switching sides here. And that really is the key, because I think when you're dependent on someone to care for you because your body has broken down, reach across and down, then that can also wreak havoc on our mental health, of course, on our ability to get out of the house and go do things that bring us joy. So our happiness can be impacted. So it really is crucial that we fix the roof while the sun is shining, says JFK, which means do the things that are going to make you functional in the long run. Hands behind the back, stretch, drop those shoulders. Some of those in the first circuit might have been challenging for some of you if you're a true beginner, but you just start with the easy one and then work your way up, right? And yeah, that's what we do in this motion mastery program. Let's link arms here. I have a professional coach, Andrew Licurdo. He's a strength and conditioning coach of athletes and teaching them functional movement patterns, and he's brought that to the menopausal woman. Arms back, thumbs down. It can be for anyone, not just women, but men as well. But yeah, it's how to stay strong as you age, and I just love it. We teach balance, stability, flexibility, and mobility in the program. So 5 little videos each week for 4 weeks, and it really gives you a great way to add, 5 to 10 minutes a day of this functional training pattern. So check that out. I'll link it right here at the end there. Thanks for joining, everyone. We'll see you all in the next workout.